Thanks everybody for being here. We appreciate your time on this Saturday morning. We're ready, and whenever you guys are ready, go ahead.
My name is Marcella Morris.
And my name is Hannah Tebro.
And our performance is When Chicago Burned to the Ground. On October 8, 1871, the Great Chicago Fire destroyed approximately one-third of the city, killed 300 people, and displaced one-third of the population.
This devastating fire to the frontiers of fire prevention, fire-resistant architecture, and modern metropolitan design in Chicago. Extra, read all about it. Another terrible conflagration in Chicago, the great calamity of the age.
Maybe, wake up, something's happening!
I'm tired. Leave me alone. What's going on?
I don't know, I'll ask Mother. Mother, what's going on? Can I come downstairs? Mother said to get dressed now.
Why? What's happening?
Look, Mimi, there's a huge fire. The sky keeps getting redder and redder. The wind is high increasing with heat, and burning cinders are settling in every direction. We need to get out of the house.
Where's Father? Shouldn't he be here by now?
Do you hear the bell?
Yes, but isn't the courthouse across the street from Father's office? He should be here by now.
We need to leave now.
We're going to leave without Father?
Yes, let's go. It's such a terrific struggle to get to the river. The hot winds are almost knocking us over, and burning cinders are falling in every direction.
I'm so scared. Look, the fire's coming over the river.
I'm so terrified, just as all the others, fleeing north like ourselves. We need to get to Lincoln Park. We need to find Mother and Father. Extra, read all about it. 13 days after grand opening, Palmer House falls victim to Chicago fire.
I'm desperate to find bookings for this magnificent hotel. My beautiful blueprints. I must put them in the cellar. Now, what to cover the hole with? I can use sand and clay. Hopefully that'll save my precious blueprints. If the fire destroys the Palmer House, we'll just have to rebuild it. Extra, read all about it. Great fire in Chicago, groups of refugees in the streets.
I'm a child, just 11 years old. We live on 23rd Street in Michigan Avenue, so we are not far from the path. But I'm well aware of terror. This morning, when I looked out my window, I saw the streets filled with groups of refugees with their belongings in bags, sheets, and pillowcases. My mother, with others, is beginning to feel these sufferers at the Michigan Avenue Baptist Church. It is only 2 doors from us and become the distribution center to give out clothing and food victims of genocide from many places. Extra, read all about it. Great fire in Chicago. 2,600 acres of buildings destroyed. Chicago in ashes.
October 10th, 1871. My dear brothers, it is my painful duty to write to you and inform you of the sad misfortune that has befallen Chicago. To begin with, I may be thankful that last night I had a house to sleep in, which is not the case with more than 100,000 people. I have prepared a rough diagram of the Burke District on which is shown my residence on 4th Avenue, 175 feet south of Harrison Street, which is practically the southern boundary of the Burke District. And say of me in this part of the city were the lines of freight depots on both sides of the track. It also includes the courthouse, post office, all the principal hotels, the theaters, museums, opera house, all the banks, and all the newspaper offices. My store was also destroyed. I am fully covered by insurance for $6,000. We are as well as can be expected after the accepting we have gone through with your loving brother, Joel Bigelow.
Extra, read all about it. Great concentration. This is O'Leary's count set in oil lamp.
Mrs. O'Leary, what do you know about this fire?
I was in bed with myself, my husband, and 5 children when the fire commenced. I was the owner of them 5 cows that was burned and the horse wagon behind. I had 2 tons of coal and 2 tons of hay. I had everything I wanted in the winter.
Do you know how this fire caught?
I couldn't tell anything of the fire. Only that 2 men came by my door. My husband ran back to the bedroom and said, "Kate, the barn is afire." I went out and the whole barn was on fire.
You thought your house was going to burn down?
Well, yes, sir. Then the men went and fixed 2 wash tubs at both hydrants and began to put water on the little house. And everything was gone, only the little house. And they made for that and kept it going all through until the fire was gone.
About what time did this fire burn down?
As near as I can guess, it was about 9 o'clock.
I'm going to ask what everyone is thinking. Did the cow do it?
Well, sir, you got a good idea as I do. Extra, extra, read all about it. Cheer up, Chicago shall rise again.
I really hope my blueprint survived the fire. The sand and clay worked. The blueprint survived. That's really interesting how the clay and sand together, otherwise known as terracotta, saved the blueprints. I can make hollow clay tiles to encircle the steel, not iron, beams. This will be a frontier and fireproofing. This is how we will rebuild the Palmer House. I will build a building out of steel and grate and use terracotta tiles for the roof. This is how we will rebuild Chicago.
Extra, extra, read all about it. The great rebuilding of Chicago. Big businesses, innovative ideas, and a new style of architecture.
I was looking at the blueprints for the later Chicago. Why are we making the streets so wide? We could fit more businesses in if we made streets narrower. Why don't we just build out of wood instead of paying for all these expensive materials like marble, limestone, brick, and stone? They seem so much cheaper.
And you'll call yourself a city planner. The reason we build with far materials and make wider streets is because of the Great Chicago Fire.
The fire happened a year ago. Why does it matter?
Why does it matter? The reason the fire started was because the whole city was made of wood, and the buildings were very close together. That summer was unusually dry, and to make matters worse, that night was a strong southwesterly wind. These materials like marble, limestone, brick, stone, and terracotta leave a frontier building in modern cities.
I don't like how it is so much natural and plain the buildings look.
Well, this is the Chicago school style. I predict it to be pretty popular in the future. We'll have the world's first buildings built tonight because we'll use electric light. And we'll make skyscrapers out of steel instead of wood to prevent them from burning down. It is also to build buildings out of fireproof materials and make wide streets. The buildings won't catch on fire as easily, and the wide streets will have the fire break, stopping the fire and extracts.
What about all those wood barns and houses that are in the city limits?
Well, we'll rezone the downtown as commercial only, and then we'll dump all the rubble into Lake Michigan to extend the shoreline and potentially make a park there.
Okay, that makes sense. I wasn't planning on following those laws though. They seem a little expensive.
You're fired.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Fire Prevention Week celebrated October 4th through the 10th every year because of the Great Chicago Fire. It's a miracle. All of the suffering paid off.
Fire Prevention Week began in 1925 on the 40th anniversary. Okay, class, what did you learn about fire prevention and the Great Chicago Fire?
Pick me, pick me, pick me.
Okay, what did you learn?
The purpose was made of wood that collapsed and was found in without water to put out the fire.
Yes, you're right. They eventually began pumping in Lake Michigan, but even that wasn't enough to put out the fire. The fire was officially put out the next day with light rain. And now the pump house is made with fireproof materials.
I also learned that they made the water mains larger to pump more water faster, and that fire escapes had to be put on buildings 3 stories and higher. They had to have fire sprinklers too.
Wow, you're a really good listener. It's fine. Okay.
The Great Chicago Fire was a frontier in fire prevention, fire resistant architecture, and modern metropolitan design, but it didn't come into full effect until the Little Chicago Fire of 1874, 3 years later.
The neighborhood section built outside Chicago was made out of all wood, and it completely burned down, just like in the Great Chicago Fire. The commercial section, however, was completely fine because it was made with fireproof materials.
After the 1874 fire, insurance companies canceled all insurance policies that did not follow the Chicago Fire and Building Code, passing the law after the Great Chicago Fire.
Thank you.